Welcome everyone. Happy Thursday. Today is the 2nd of February. Oh my gosh, January's already gone by us. Welcome everybody to the Power Partners United, hosted by the Women of Power. This is our weekly training that we host every Thursday from 10 to 11 a.m. Thank you all for joining us. We are going to get right into our meeting. Wait, you know what? I forgot something. Before I do that, I'd like to welcome all the co-hosts. So you've got me, Marisa Fletcher. You've got Miss Chrislyn Yim, who's going to be presenting today and educating you guys. We've got the wonderful Isela Bonata. And we also have the wonderful Cynthia Alvidrez. We are your hosts here every week, here to inspire, share, care with you about power and how to help our businesses grow and motivate each other. Sounds like a plan, ladies?
Sounds good.
All right, I see thumbs up. Let's go. All right. So what we like to do at this meeting is, if this is your first time, we always like to share and inspire. So at this time, we're going to ask people if you could, turn those cameras on, jump off of mute. What wins do you have from the last week or from last month? Do you have any new electric bills that you were able to gather? Any recent installs? I know there's a couple on here that's got installs going on. There's some ideas on the screen, but please feel free to jump off of mute and just share what your wins are with your power business or even in your personal life. What are some of the wins that you guys have? So who's up first?
Hey, well, go ahead.
Let's go, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Welcome.
Hey, excuse the look. I'm just finished my book this morning, so I had to pay attention to that, not myself. But after this, I take care of me. I have a great thing going on. I thought I was going to miss out on the NEM 2.0 with my new install, because 10 weeks permit notice. We're going to have to wait 10 weeks for to get permits. And as it turns out, that's not the case. We, as soon as we get an okay from a power that we have, I forget what the term is, you might know, instigated the request for power, then we can go. What, say that again?
The request for the permit, when they issue the request for or start for the permit.
Yeah, well, the permit started, but as soon as we are approved for that request, then we stay with the NEM 2.2.0.
They submit for NEM 2. Yes.
Yeah. New stuff on my part. So anyway, I'm excited about that.
Yes, that is very exciting. I think Power just, with the new changes, they're getting the team in place, and it looks like the team is in place to where they're applying for NEM 2.0, like you stated, Sherry, at the beginning of the permit process, somewhere around there. Because I have a couple of customers that just signed, a week or two ago, and they've already gotten their application for NEM in. So it looks like Power's got that change in place. We want to make sure we get as many people on NEM 2.0 as possible. And it looks like the team is ramped up to do that. So that is amazing. Thank you for that share. Thank you. Thank you. Isela, do you have a share?
Chrislyn, do you want to go next?
Oh, go for it. Go for it.
So it's really interesting. Now, make sure you follow up. I've had a lot of people that have been piling up, and I just made the effort now to reach out and, hey, let's get the bill, let's get this going. So I went to my friend's house that I grew up with in Pasadena. She spends 52,000 kilowatts a year. It's a 7,800 square foot home in Pasadena. So it looks like we're going to do her home. We're figuring that out now. Her home, and we had an awesome presentation. Her home, her second home in Laguna, and then her parents' home in Pico Rivera. So I've never seen 52,000 kilowatts in a home. Maybe Cynthia has seen that. But anyway, it's just an amazing opportunity to sit down with somebody that trusts you. They're not quoting me. They're not, getting 5 different quotes. They're just sitting down with me, having an awesome consultation, and just figuring out what the best plan is for them and then for her parents. So I just wanted to share that with you all. You never know what's going to come across. It could be a simple home that only has 4,000 or 5,000 kilowatts a year versus this is the most I've ever seen, 52,000. So.
Well, you're going to have to take us all out to dinner now that you're going to have all
I know.
Yeah.
63 panels only covers 60% offset. So there you go.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow. So that's going to be a huge savings too. I know they're happy to have you come over. Nice, nice. I see another hand, Miss Denise. Denise Echols. What's your share for us?
Hi, I'm super excited because my first install is happening right now, and my second install is happening tomorrow. And thank you, Marissa, for being an awesome mentor.
Thank you, Miss Denise, for being an awesome seller and for your trust. I'm super excited for you too. Two back to back, right? That's exciting. Exciting
Thank you.
news. All right, we're gonna get that third one out the way, and you're on your way to that tier 2. Let's.
All right.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for that share. Barry, I see your hand is up.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited too. It's been a long time in coming with these installs that have been delayed, but currently I have a ground mount going in. It's my first ground mount. That's in the Villa Park. It's a good sized system. So I'm excited about that. It was supposed to start on Monday. Of course, we had rain naturally, just for added delay. Thankfully, it was only 1 day delay. They started it on Tuesday. Since it's 10 minutes away from my house, I popped on over there to check on the progress yesterday. And they were pouring concrete, for the ground mount at that point in time. Today, they're supposed to be doing electrical. Tomorrow, they're supposed to be putting those panels on. And Chris Brunasso on that one, that's how long this one's been going on, was my mentor. And we're both going to show up tomorrow when they're doing the panels. And he's going to bring his videographer with him. And so we're going to create a little video regarding that particular install. So I'm excited about that. And that's one that I've been really hand holding on, because this was a super referral, he's also a real estate investor himself. So he alone is going to be a referral source. And the person that referred him, we go back a long way in my former profession, and his wife just became mayor of Anaheim as well. So they're well connected. And so I wanted nothing to go wrong with this project, that's for sure. And then I have another one that, Cynthia, Alvidrez was mentoring with me. That's the MPU is supposed to be on the 10th. And the 13th and 14th, I believe, is supposed to be for the solar install. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, I appreciate all her help on that project as well.
Nice, nice. Thanks for that share, Barry. A ground mount. How big was their land for the ground mount?
It's huge. They got plenty. They have plenty of space even after this is put in.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay. Well, that is definitely a win and a share, right? I'm still inexperienced in ground mounts, so maybe we'll get some going here soon.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any shares that they like to jump off mute? Anybody move up tier 2, tier 3, signed up a new seller maybe?
I'll share something. I in December and November, or actually I'd say October, the last quarter of the year was really slow for me. I took almost all of December off, like a lot of time with family. And I always worry when I do that things will dip and slow down. But I just had my biggest income month this month. Just from, once you start building like your lead sources, they just naturally flow to you. And it's just so nice to see like the fruit of my labor come, working on its own. So it's amazing once it starts snowballing. And Barry, I'll talk to you about this, because I know Barry always says like, oh, I'm getting these things going, but like you're doing all the right actions. And once you start building those different lead sources, it's amazing how they start working on their own, and you'll get leads without even trying eventually. So just wanted to mention that for everyone out there.
Thank you for that share. Barry? Oh, I thought I heard someone speaking.
Well, it wasn't me, but one other quickie, real quick, I'll let you guys get onto your program, is I was at the Orange Chamber business lunch yesterday. And it looks like I have a really good possibility on that one. They're supposed to send me electric bill. Apparently they looked into it about 7 years ago. I said, well, a lot of things have changed since then. And of course they heard about NEM 3. So I said, well, if you're ever going to do it, you better do it now. So a little extra motivation there.
Yeah. And Exactly. Speaking of NIM 3, I'm wondering if everyone on the call received their NIM 3.0 kit that Power sent out with those letters. Yeah, I see some thumbs up. Yeah, take those letters. Please open that email. Take those letters, those social media posts that are already made. You know, I've got my assistant putting those posts every single day, once or twice a day, every single day until we hit April. You're going to see something on my Instagram page, on my professional page on NIM 3.0. So that, you know, because it's already out there, we need to create that urgency, you know, so that people know, if you like Barry said, if you're going to do it, now is the time, right? Don't wait till April 16th and, you know, and miss out. You know, it's going to be a big difference. Okay, do we have anyone else? It looks like we have one more minute left. Anyone else want to share before we move on? Anyone that hasn't spoken before, a little shy? This is a safe space. You want to try it here?
How could you be shy in this business?
Well,
right?
you know,
I used to be way back when I was much younger, believe it or not. So that's definitely changed.
I mean, I think we all started out real shy. I know I did, at least, you know. I've come out of my shell now, but it wasn't always so.
Marissa shy? I can't believe that.
So hearing no one else jump off of mute or raise their hand.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I hear someone. Yes. Is that Lisa?
Lisa Bailey Harper. Yes, it is.
Hello, Lisa.
I'm excited to be on here. I think this is my first time. I was invited to come, so I'm showing up today. I just hit tier 2 probably about a week or so ago, and I'm working on my first 2 deals. So I'm very, very, very excited about that. Yes, I love this platform. Real estate is great, but hey, this is even gooder.
Hey, okay. I'm with you on that. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us. We hope to see you and come back each week. We appreciate you being here, but that's pretty impressive. You already got 2 in and going on trying to get to your tier 3. So we will be here when that happens so that you can share with us on the day that happens. How's that sound?
Amen. All right.
Awesome. Anyone else going once, going twice? All righty. It sounds like everybody's ready to get into our training. But before that, we want to make sure that you guys are all aware of the important trainings that Power hosts and even some of the other mentors that are within the platform that they're hosting. So please mark your calendar. On Mondays, JC Rangel, he teaches every single week on Mondays from 10 to 11, open to everyone. Then there's also Power Hour on Monday evenings from 5 to 6. If you've got someone that's interested to learn more about Power, there's no better place to put them than on that Zoom, Monday 5 to 6. Tuesday, we have trainings with the Power Hitters team and also the Solar Warrior Tribe. They've combined their forces together to train us on Tuesdays. And you go to Zoom with JB, Jonathan Bernasso there. Also, we are incorporating what are called office hours. So there's 3 or 4 different office hours throughout the week. They're designed for when you have those specific questions, not about a file particularly, but questions about roofing or how does this work or how do I order a proposal? Any of those questions, please jump onto these office hours so that you can ask the mentors and get connected and pointed to the right place. So Jonathan Renasso's team from 11 to 12 on Tuesdays. Also, there's an in-phase training from 11 to 12. We know it conflicts. So we are looking to have in-phase on our calendar here within the next few weeks. So that way, if you guys are on one of the other trainings, you can always get that in-phase training here. Wednesday, Masterclass Immersive. Actually, this Wednesday is the CEO call. So this is the Masterclass Immersive from 9 to 1. You want to block out that time. Make sure you're there to hear the latest and greatest updates about the platform, about solar. There's a new training, TPO workshops for leases and PPAs. So for those of us that want to get into learning more about leases and PPAs, that market is coming back. It's on the market right now. You can jump on a call with Rachel McDonald from 10 to 11, and you'll get that information on the Power calendar. Market development meeting, Let's Grow Southern California. If you're in Southern California and you want to know about market development, 3 p.m., check out the Power calendar on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got Solar Edge at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We have our training every single week from 10 to 11. We also host office hours right after this training. They go to 11:30. And then there's Power On. That's again this evening at 5 p.m. Those are for the new people to the platform that want to learn more about it. Last but not least, on Friday, we have Home Run Financing, one of our partners. They have an office hour from 11 to 12 on the Power calendar. After that, Chris Bernasso hosts an office hour. So again, those questions that you have for these mentors that you can't always get on the phone because we're all, we get a little busy, come to the office hour. You have our ears. And then Building with Bobby is at 9 a.m. on Fridays. Okay, so please mark your calendar for those. Check out Power Calendar to get other trainings, but definitely plug into those trainings. Next week, we're going to invite you all back. The wonderful Isela Bonata is going to be training us on Get It, Submit It, Tag It. Okay, that's the name of the training, but there's a lot more that's going to be in there. Discovery questions, discovery call, all that's going to be next week. So please come back for that. And for today, we have the wonderful Chrislyn Yim. So this week, Chrislyn has this great, amazing training on Smart Start in Solar. I mean, she's a teacher, she's an educator. And so she's here this week to give us the training on Smart Start in Solar. I'm going to turn the floor over now.
Thank you so much, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I am super excited for today's training and to share with you a little bit about how I got started with solar and just how to get started, Smart Start. So I'm going to share my screen. Hope everyone can see it here. All right, so super excited this week. I get to go to the beautiful island of Hawaii. So hence my background, getting in the spirit there. So just pumping myself up to take a little break from this cold weather. So let's go ahead and get started. A little bit about me. I am a life coach and a mentor, and I've had 15 years of experience in customer service, sales, and account management. And I'm also a real estate solar partner and trainer. So I'm able to go into real estate offices and train and talk a little bit about solar and partner with them. So before solar, I was always in the furniture industry background. So I did a little bit of account management there. And from there, I was discovered by a talent scout and recruited me to Sunrun, a previous company that I worked for. And it wasn't very long that I was there. It was less than maybe 2 years. But from that company, I learned a lot and I took what I could and decided to move forward. So my passion really is to help others reach their best potential and to see others succeed. And because it really just truly brings me joy. One day I was that student and I'm still a student until this day, but just a little bit more about myself. I wasn't always successful. I wasn't always confident, but there was one point in my life where I had to turn it around and there was someone who mentored me. And so in turn, I took that and now I'm mentoring others, not just in business, but also in life. So it's a great privilege for me to help others. And I just take that on all across the way. So my why, let's talk a little bit about my why. And this is really what drives me to continue to do what I do. And I'm just so grateful for Power because this platform really allows me to do so much more than just selling solar or mentoring others. It really helps me to get to my dreams. So one of them is, opening up a transitional home for the youth aging out of foster care system. I was not in the foster care system. I grew up with, a single mother, which is right there in the picture. My mom, she's so cute. But, I just have a soft spot for the youth aging out of the system. There's 23,000 kids that age out of the system every year in the US, and 20% of them become homeless every year. So my dream really is to open up a home so that I can one day help them and mentor them and activate them. Another dream of mine is opening up an orphanage, somewhere in the Philippines, invest in properties so that those can be turned into homes for the youth aging out of foster care all across the nation or even globally. So my why is also my family. I didn't always grow up privileged. So I want to change the trajectory of my family. I want to build generational wealth, and I want to leave a legacy for all of those that is in my life. And I also love empowering others just the same way that somebody activated me. I love to challenge and activate others and to see them reach their maximum potential in all areas of their lives. So this is my why, and that's really what drives me. So I think everyone should really, take time to sit down and evaluate really, why do I do the things that I do? And that's what's going to give you fuel to continue driving to your dreams and your goals. So here are some real expectations with solar, right? So solar is not a get rich quick scheme. It's an amazing business opportunity that takes time to build. So just like our muscles, right? Or just like if we want to lose weight, it takes time. We have to be disciplined. We have to meal prep. We have to work out in order for our muscles to start getting stronger. So don't think that as you come in, some folks may just, start off that way, but for everybody else, it may not be the same. So just set the right expectations for yourself and know that you're not going to get rich quick, but you have to put in the work. So solar is not as easy as it looks. You have to put in the work. And one thing that I stand by is James 2:14. My brothers and sisters, what good is it if people say they have faith, but don't do nothing to show it? So another one that I go by is faith without works is dead. A dream without a plan is just a dream, right? So you got to plan it out and you got to execute. So those are the real expectations when it comes to not just solar, but I think anything that you do, anything that you want to accomplish. So preparation for success. I wanted to get on here and kind of just share some of the things that I do on a daily to prepare myself, right? So as we can see here on the left, it says mindset. It's all about mindset. From the moment you wake up to the moment you rest your head at night, everything is up to you. Your emotions, your thoughts, your perception, your reactions, every moment is up to you. So every day when you get up, it's so important that you're on the right track, that your mind is in the right space. So these are just some of the things that I do that helps me. And I know it could be different for others, but I just kind of wanted to share this to give you all an idea. So the first thing I do is I get up and I pray. I have my quiet time and I meditate, and I have my moment of gratitude where I'm just so grateful for another day where I get to do the things that I love to do, right? And then after I do all that, I get into some reading. So I feed my spirit. I feed my knowledge. I read books, spiritual books, and I also read books that are related to business, just so that I'm exercising my brain muscles and that I'm feeding myself so that I have something to give others that are around me. And once I do that, I go straight into a physical activity, which I know that I can improve on, right? Everybody just give me a 1 if you know you could improve in this area too. I know that Isela and Cynthia, they're doing hard 75. So I give it up to them because that is super challenging, but they're so disciplined in that area. So that's definitely an area that I want to get better in. Gym, walk, or run. Just, when we get our body moving, we're just flowing, right? So that's a great way to start your day. Once I'm done with all that, I'll go and I'll sit down, I'll have a cup of coffee, and I'll just review my calendar. I'll review my agenda for the day so I know exactly my tasks and my to-do list, my meetings, so that I'm not all over the place trying to figure out, what do I do next? Who am I meeting with next, right? At least I know what I'm doing for the day. I know also what I'm doing for the week so that I have everything in mind and I'm focused. I'm not distracted. I'm not trying to figure out what's next. So another one is read your why. I have my why. I do have like a board where I have pictures, same pictures that I shared with you, and I kind of keep it in front of me just to remind me why I do what I do. Out of sight, out of mind, right? So if you keep it in front of you, it'll really, really help just kind of remind you and give you that extra motivation for the day. So set and review your goals for the day, week, and month. And that's really going to help just keep your mind focused on the task and the mission that you have for the day, for the week, for the month, and for the rest of your life. So the next step to success is, let's go into power now, right? So power. To be successful in this platform, I know that there's a lot of you who already have done this, but for anybody new coming in, the first thing that you really want to do is pass the Tier 1 certification. Why? Because as soon as you pass the Tier 1 certification, you can upload your first electricity bill, tag a mentor, and you're on your way to close your first deal. You're on your way to help your first family make the switch to solar. So immediately pass the Tier 1 certification and you're on your way. Number 2, download Telegram, the Telegram app, and set up a Zoom with a person who brought you on board, your mentor, your sponsor, whoever that may be. Set up a time to meet with them and set up a strategy plan, a game plan on how you can be successful. I know there's a lot of mentors here that do the onboarding call. So this is really what you want to do. Even if they didn't set it up with you, reach out to them. Be the one to reach out and pull from them because they already have the knowledge and they can help you achieve the goals that you have. So once you have a strategy plan in place, you can take a look at it and you know exactly how to execute it. So that's very important. If you have not already done that for the year, I encourage you to go ahead and reach out to your mentor, reach out to your leader, whoever that may be, just reach out to them and set a strategy plan for this year so that you can, 10x your business, 5x your business, whatever that is. Go ahead and schedule a time to meet with them so that you can be more successful this year. Number 3, join a weekly training, just like today, right? So we have corporate events that can be found at Power Calendar. We also have non-corporate trainings, just like this one. I know Marisa mentioned earlier, Mondays, we do have a Zoom training with JC. Tuesdays, we have one with Jonathan Bernasso. Wednesday, we do have the mastermind on Power Live. And then Thursdays, of course, we have the Women of Power. So make sure you join us weekly. There's always different nuggets that are being dropped in these trainings. So you just want to remain a student. You always want to constantly learn because everyone that teaches, there's going to be something that you could pick from that and apply it to the way that you do business. Goals. Let's set goals. So how much do you want to make annually from this business, right? I want us to kind of just read the SMART goals here on the right side. It says, specific. The more specific you are, the more clear your steps will be to get there. Measurable. How are you going to track your improvements and success? Achievable. Make a plan. Dreams become goals when there are plans attached to it. Relevant. Make sure your goal is still something you want to be working on. And timely. Know how much time you need to accomplish those goals. So something I created myself, I'm a little bit of a nerd. So I created a worksheet, an Excel sheet that kind of just, this is a big goal, but this is something that I put to scare me because I want to be uncomfortable when I see these big numbers. I want to be challenged when I see these big numbers, right? But other than that, if you could see right here, it says, how will I get there, right? So this shows me exactly how many leads I'll need for the year and how many presentations I'll need to pitch in order to achieve my goal. So what will you do to reach your goal? Are you, number 1, warm market list? That is so key because when I started with Power, warm market list was my everything. I got 10 deals within the first month that I really put my all into and closed and helped 10 families that first month. So warm market is so key even until today. So if you haven't already made a list of your warm market, make sure you create that list and hit that list, especially now with net metering taking place. Number 2, ambassadors. Ambassadors, activate them, motivate them. There's so many people that are struggling out there with finances right now. But if we could offer them an ambassador program that will pay them $1,000 to help us put solar on their roof, then activate them. That's a great way. And make sure you stay connected with ambassadors, because ambassadors will feed you leads, but they'll forget if you're not reaching out. So stay in front of them, stay consistent. Number 3 is networking events. I know that David Moya and I, right, David, invited me to an event this Friday. We're going to do a women's event together, and that's a great place to network. BNI, I'm part of BNI, and I know that through BNI, I've already had 4 presentations and 2 are in the works, and I'm confident that those 2 will close. So BNI or Teams, I know Cynthia is part of Teams, and maybe you could reach out to Cynthia if you want to connect with Teams, or if you have any questions about BNI, Isela, myself, or Marissa can help you answer any questions as well. Cold calling. I know not a lot of people want to do this, but hey, do something people don't want to do. You'll have more chances. Cold calling, door knocking. I have a girl in my team, Stephanie. She's, a super rock star when it comes to door knocking. At first, she didn't want to door knock, but now she goes on her own. And just an example, she door knocked in October, got 1 lead out of that, closed that deal, and then now we're helping them get a second system for their home. So door knocking is a great opportunity to attain your goals. Make sure you're not leaving anything out, and really try to dip into every single one of these so that you could see what works best for you. Trade shows are another good one, like the home shows. I know there's a few of those throughout the years, Pomona, Orange County. So make sure you really tap into all of these streams of where you can get leads, right? So that's key of just staying active. Kind of want to just share with you guys the sheet that I created here, and this is just a copy, but just to show you how detailed it is, I even broke it down by like M1, M2, how much I'll get, how much, all that. And then I broke it down by month. So when you break it down by month, this is really where you're going to see, okay, now February is over. How much did I really sell, right? So let's just say 5. Okay, I reached my goal. I mentored 2. I was short on that one. So really, when you can go back to what you've done in the past, you're going to know where you need to improve or where you're being successful. So take the time to really do this, practice it, exercise it, and you'll just get better from there. So another great thing that, I do is I time block. So just a sneak peek of my calendar. I like to time block. I don't only do solar. There's so many other things I do. So I try to just time block everything so that I'm always in the right headspace and I'm always in the right direction. Okay. So some pro tips. Be confident. Be confident. Say that, be confident, right? So how do you become confident? Grow in product knowledge. There's so many resources for us in the university that you'll need to get in there. Go on YouTube. There's so many trainings, not even just from Power, but if you just look up solar trainings, you can pull nuggets from every single video that you watch, right? Read and watch educational materials. Learn the utility companies in your market. If you're selling in California and if you want to sell in Florida, if you want to sell in Texas, make sure you know the utility company that you are getting yourself into, because you don't want to go into a presentation and trope. You want to be able to answer every question smoothly before you present to those homeowners. So remember, homeowners can feel you. Homeowners can see if you're just trying to, beat around the bush. So make sure that you're sharp and you're smart and you have the answers whenever they're asking you. Okay. Door knock. I love this. David Perez, he's my sponsor and mentor. And he always says this: go door knocking, get some no's and get the nerves out. I remember I did not want to door knock. I didn't. But I took what he said and I went door knocking. And every single time I was so nervous the first times I went. But the more no's I got, the more confident I got. Because why? There's another door I can go next door, knock on, and present the opportunity. So go door knocking, find a partner and go door knocking and get those no's, get those nerves out. Number 2, accountability buddy, role play. Find someone that you can role play with, practice your pitch, share failures and successes. Another good one is maybe even record yourself doing a presentation and then watch yourself and watch that and you can become better, right? So really just make sure that you have someone that you can be accountable to and hold them accountable, and that'll put extra healthy pressure to ensure that you're on the right track. Number 3, find one script. Find one, make it your own, and master it. There's not one magical script that everybody uses. No, you make it your own. You are your own person. You are your own personality, and you are unique and you are different, and you bring something different to the table. So find a script, take it, and just run with it. Add your few touches to it, sprinkle it a little, and it just make it your own, right? So just practice it until you perfect it. And number 4, be consistently disciplined. Discipline leads to habits. Habits lead to consistency, and consistency leads to growth. So go to work, right? Let everyone you know that you are now in the solar industry. Call them, text them, email them. Put the urgency about net metering 3.0. You guys, we all have such an amazing opportunity to help more families than we've ever helped in the last few years in the next 2 months. So let's get to work. Let's start contacting everyone when we know. Put all fear and nervousness aside. And remember, you're not selling them. You're offering a value that you're adding to their home. You're helping them have a fixed rate for their energy bill. So you're not selling anything that would hurt them. You're helping them. Keep that in mind. So number 2, get the bill and schedule to meet. Get the bill, tag a mentor, Marissa, Isela, Cynthia, myself, tag any one of us, and we're happy to help you. Number 3, repeat and do it again and again and again. And that's it, guys. Just that's all I have for today. So let's get to work. Let's help as many families as we can for the next 2 months, and let's rock. That's all I have. Thank you guys so much.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. I mean, you gave so many good points and tips. For everyone that wants a copy of her slides, of her Excel that she shared, it's in the chat. Just click there, ask her to share it with you. She'll share it with you, and then you can make your own copy that you can use. So that's already in the chat. But yes, those were some great tools and tips. And if you guys hang on, we're going to open up for questions right in just a moment. Okay. Or is there anyone else that wants to add to what Chrislyn already said? I see Cynthia, Isela.
I'd like to add something. When you start in the business and you, like I said, don't be a secret agent, go out there, let everybody know what you're doing, because you'd be surprised how many people say, oh, I just went solar, they're about to install, or I just signed my contract, whatever it may be. And you may hear not just that, you may hear the opposite. Oh, solar is a ripoff, or you may hear negative comments. don't let that influence you in not continuing this journey. So you have to, like Chrislyn said, look at your why, look at what you're doing, look at your peers in soul in power. Look at what the Women in Power are doing, as well as other colleagues in our group, and stay connected. That's so important. Know what your mission is and know what we're doing. And that's why it's important to also go to the power events to know why you're there and what our mission is together as a whole. So just don't let that discourage you. Continue your journey, because it's been a different journey for all of us, a different experience. And I'm just so happy and blessed to be here. So don't let that discourage you.
Thank you for that, Isela. That was a great tip. You know, especially when you first get in, sometimes hearing the no's may be discouraging. But like Chris said, you know, go out and door knock, get some of those no's so you can get the jitters out, right? There's a stat that says for every 9 no's, the next one is a yes. So you've got to get so many no's before you get to the yes, right? I saw one of your stats as well that said for every 10 people you talk to, 1 person, they're going to give you a bill. You know, so it's just a numbers game. You're going to get some no's. Don't let it discourage you. We were all there at one point, and now look where we are with this wonderful platform. So
I want to add,
thank you, Chris. Yes.
One more thing. First of all, Chrislyn, that was so good. You did a similar training not long ago, and I remember thinking mastermind is your mindset is so huge. But one thing that I wanted to point out was that you gave a call to action to everyone on the call to reach out to their mentor or whoever signed them up, and to schedule some time with them to ask them for advice. And a lot of times when we're new in business, we want to come in with skills and we want to show what skills we came in with, and we're not listening or absorbing as much as we should. And I am guilty of that. I'll tell you, I can be really stubborn sometimes. And so it took me many years to let my guard down and realize, wow, I'm limiting my success by not absorbing what my mentors are telling me, by not acting like I am brand new, right? So be the brand new person, be the person that's not having the success that you want, and go open-handed to your mentors and the people who have what you want, and ask for that time with them. And I'll give you guys one example. Isela and Chrislyn had reached out to me and asked to shadow me at a real estate office. No one besides Anthony Bonilla, he's on here, no one had ever asked that of me. And they're not even on my team. And not even my team members had asked that. And I hadn't even thought to offer it. But so doing things like that, you'd be surprised who says, yes, I'm willing to give you my expert advice. Yes, I'm willing to let you shadow me. So reach out to those people who signed you up, reach out to some of the mentors, see how they can help. Because that's what's really going to give you firsthand knowledge as to how to do the things you need to do. But great training, Chrislyn. I liked it. I thought your sheet is awesome. I'm going to plug in my own goals to it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Just to piggyback off of that, I remember that, Cynthia. I was like, man, I want to really learn from Cynthia, right? She's super successful. So really stepping out of our fear, reaching out, and humbling ourselves, because we don't know everything. I don't care how far we've made it. We don't know everything. So I think that's key, is just remaining humble and asking for help and learning from others. So thank you.
And again, that's the beauty of this platform. I mean, I've worked for companies and I've worked for myself. In this platform, never have I seen where you are an independent contractor, you are your own business, but you have so much collaboration with everyone. We're all willing to network, even with whether we're on your team or not on your team, we're all the same team because we're here at Power. And so that's what we do. So let's all make sure that we plug in to the tools and resources that we have right in front of us. I know everyone, every mentor on this call right now would be happy to take a 15-minute call with you to give you tips and ideas, because that's just what we do. That's the culture. And I know some of you may know this, but that is not normal. Okay. One of the things I love about Power, I get to be me, I get to be real, and I get to network and learn from all the other wonderful people within the platform. So thank you again, Chrislyn. That is a greatly appreciated training. We've got a lot of good tools and nuggets. I've already got your spreadsheet and we've put it in the chat. Let's see what's going on. Just so that you guys know, there is also a Women of Power newsletter that goes out. And in this Women of Power newsletter that's going to go out on Friday, you're going to get this training plus a link to all of our past trainings. And there's also going to be a link to her slot, to her Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so that's all going to be in the newsletter. If you're not a part of that newsletter, just drop your name and email in the chat. We will pick it up and put you on that newsletter. And then last but not least, we always like to end with an inspirational quote. So the inspirational quote for this week is that change is inevitable and growth is optional. That's from John C. Maxwell. So like you said, growth is optional. The fact that the women and men that are here today are here, you're growing in your business, you're growing and you're learning. And as long as we stay consistent, like Chrislyn talked about today, we're going to build those really good habits and we're going to grow our business. It is inevitable. So on that note, I am going to go ahead and stop the recording and we will be here for office hours. Thank you for taking the time to watch the Women of Power training series. I hope that you got some great value out of that video and there's much, much more where that came from. Listen, if you'd like to join Power or find out more about this awesome and amazing platform, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. I look forward to connecting with you real soon. Have a great day.